soft tissue wise with the massage therapy that I do really helps to reprogram and restructure the body. You know, people have been in accidents and they see their rib cages like shifted. With the work that I do, you can actually see that shift back to a normal position.
Nice.
Which takes a lot of pressure off of internal organs. It takes a lot of pain out of that body.
One of our sponsors is Recon Marketing. Recon is the fastest growing social media marketing agency in Colorado. Recon focuses on becoming an extension of your business while providing social media management, review management, and digital marketing. Recon Marketing, putting you on the radar. Our next sponsor is Atmos Planning. Atmos Planning is changing the way business owners and real estate investors are served by the financial industry. Their website is atmosplanning.com, atmosplanning.com. Our next sponsor is Planet Duct. Planet Duct offers astronomical air duct cleaning with the most powerful vacuum trucks in Colorado. They have taken air duct cleaning to a new intergalactic level that is far more powerful and proactive than anything on the market in El Paso County and southern Colorado. Sheath Underwear. Sheath Underwear has a pouch for the boys. It is everyday underwear for every man. 100% money back on the first pair if you don't like it. Visit sheathunderwear.com and enter the code COSBP20 to get 20% off your order. The People's Tiny House Festival is the nation's largest gathering of simple living, featuring van conversions, bus conversions, and tiny houses, of course. Catch the event in Loveland, Colorado, July 16th and 17th at the Ranch Events Complex.
Get your tickets at peoplestinyhousefestival.com/tickets.
All right. Welcome back to the COS Business Podcast, the #1 podcast in Colorado Springs, and soon the world. I'm sitting here with Amanda Farrell, the owner of Sacred Space.
Sacred Space Therapeutics.
Sacred Space Therapeutics. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about what your business is?
Yeah, so we are integrative health that works to integrate in a collaborative way primary care as well as mental health, physical therapy, and alternative medicine, all under one roof.
Okay, sweet, yeah. And so how long have you been doing this?
So we opened October of 2020, so just barely over a year now. It's going great despite COVID and everything. So
yeah.
It's been amazed.
How do you social distance with
Well, so we still follow all the CDC guidelines and all of that. So when there's mask orders in place, we obviously
how did you at first? You just had to shut down, right?
Well, since we were October 2020, everything was kind of past that point. So the specific shutdowns and everything. So we were able just to go as any medical facility and
nice
open up that way. So it's just basically now at this point, we're at people's comfort levels and, their option and with the vaccines out. So we leave it up to everybody.
Yeah,
just
for
basically
sure.
The way the CDC is, put that out now.
So you've had to keep a close eye on their regulations, huh? Like everything that they release, or
yeah, for the most part. I mean, everything that comes out, we get, just updates and as far as what's changed and all that, just to keep everybody safe. And
for sure, yeah. Our
goal is health, so
yeah,
end up making things worse for people. So yeah.
So what is you named like a bunch of things that you guys do?
Yeah.
Can you break down what the different ones are?
Yeah. So let me start with our primary care. So we can do labs and diagnostics, well check visits, women's health. We do hormone replacement therapy. Within all of that, IV nutrition. So really, that's pretty all-encompassing side of things. It's all self-pay, so we don't take insurance under that umbrella. But Erin's great, and she's got another RN that is specifically with midwifery as well, so we can, pull in that side as far as women's health goes a little bit more specifically for those that need that care. Beyond that, we have mental health. Amber is really, really great at suicide prevention, trauma, PTSD. She's a former vet, and so she understands that population as well very well.
Is it Amber
Kozlowski?
Yeah, okay, sweet. Yeah, she was on the show. You probably seen that.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
So anybody go back and watch that episode to get more details on what she does. But yeah, I love having her in our space. Works really, really well. And then PT, physical therapy, we do as well. And Michaela is great with all of that. She's very specific with pelvic floor issues, vestibular side of things, as well as the overall PT physical therapy spectrum. So
nice. Okay. And does that cover everything that you guys do?
So those are our main other practitioners that are in there. So I myself am a massage therapist, I do medical massage, focus on chronic pain, personal injury, mostly all in that medical realm side of things. So very specific work with that. We do basic massage as well, Swedish massage, the comfort relaxation side of things too. And then we have what's called a harmonic egg, which is kind of an interesting piece now. It's a frequency and resonance chamber. And so that takes sound, music specifically, as well as light vibration within a resonance chamber to help bring balance back into the body.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the only one in Colorado Springs. And there's about 5 of them up in Denver. But yeah, Southern Colorado, that's the only one here. So we're able to do that for an all-over kind of health and healing side of things. The other piece that we have is brain integration therapy and some neurofeedback types of work that works really well with that. And then we also do frequency healings with the Rife machine.
Okay. And that machine, do you feel the vibrations like going through you?
Yeah, well, with the Harmonic Egg. Yeah, so that one's really, really amazing because people get in there. It's almost like a complete calm, sense of relaxation. It changes the brain waves from your beta levels down into that delta theta level. So most people end up falling asleep, but they can feel that vibration throughout their body.
Okay, yeah.
Different levels. And we play different music too within it. So very often you're getting piano music that helps with the nervous system. Drumming helps with chronic pain, muscle aches, bone issues, those types of things. And so that encompassing, we can really put together a lot of compilations for people with multiple things going on.
Yeah. So that's like an internal massage, huh?
It is. Like they've equated that to like an internal sonic kind of massage because it works at cellular level.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
And so if you've ever seen the trays that they put the hertz frequencies to with the sand trays and how that creates like these sacred geometric patterns with it, essentially that's what's happening on the cellular level within your body.
Nice. Yeah. I've seen someone who they had a pad where it like vibrates and like you stand on it and it like shakes you, and she said something about like down to the mitochondria level or something like that, which would be the cellular level.
Exactly. So yeah, that's very similar to how it works. This is just all enclosed, so you get 360 degrees.
Yeah, because from the plate you're standing on it, so it's like from the
so
bottom
you're still
up.
working to maintain balance in that. This one you're in a zero gravity chair, completely relaxed, and it does the work for you.
Nice. What about float chambers? Do you know anything about those?
I do, and so we don't have a float chamber within there. So the Harmonic Egg takes the place of that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And essentially, it does similar work to it, but what we're able to do is because we don't have the water component to it, there's not the survival mechanism for most people that comes into play with the water aspect.
Get a little scared, little claustrophobic.
Yeah, and I know a lot of that is taken care of once they get in there, and that relaxation kind of tends to take over. But for some people, that doesn't happen, right? And it can be kind of a scary situation. And so, so we're able, because there's no water involved, able to bypass that.
Nice. Yeah. So how's business been going for you?
It's been going really great. So yeah, we finished off this year really strong. And looking really excited to see where the next, where 2022 takes us with everything. And so, and then also moving into where we're going to start working with nonprofit organizations a little bit more and bring in the similar things to, how do I want to say it? Getting grants for people to be able to come in and see a lot of things, because a lot of people with chronic illnesses that we've noticed have like their funds are exhausted, right? They're dealing with medications, they're dealing with lifestyle because they can't work. There's a lot of things that come into play with all of that. And so to do alternative healthcare that can create some lasting effects, or what we believe can create some lasting effects for them, isn't always an option because they just don't have the extra funds to put towards that. And so we're going to try and work on that side of things to create some funding in order to help people in that aspect.
Nice. Where do you start to do you start with that?
So where we started with that is we created an umbrella that's a nonprofit. And so basically anybody that wants to donate either privately or within an organization, and then do some of our own fundraising as well, in order to help with offsetting those costs for people.
When you say creating an umbrella, what does that mean?
So everybody in our business is individual. So we work as a collaborative, but they own their own businesses. Okay. And Sacred Space Therapeutics would be their own business as well. So we created an integrative umbrella that's a nonprofit that can help with that. And essentially, I mean, payment-wise or whatnot that looks like is everybody still would get paid based off of their work that they do for their business.
Okay. Yeah, nice. So when you first started, were you with the other branches?
No. So when I originally started, it was just last year I thought it was just going to be me and just doing massage therapy and the Harmonic Egg, and we'll just see what happens. And as we grew last year, I had more people and met more all of these ladies that have come in to work with us. That really, it just fell all in place. And like, oh, you have the space. Can I just, come in and do this, and we can add this all in together? And it was fabulous. I mean, I love where things have gone. And so I'm still looking for more like-minded practitioners that want to bring and add to the entire healing modalities that we've got.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, it's got to be in the right frame of mind too.
What's one of your ideal type of branches that you would want to add?
So I'm really looking for nutrition. Nutrition is huge for healing. And
definitely, yeah. Monsters are really good for healing too. We were having a conversation. I've been drinking Monsters. I've been addicted to Monsters lately. So, well, I know how bad they are. They're definitely horrible, and that affects you in every aspect. All the sugar in there affecting your gut, which affects your microbiome, which affects all this other crap.
Oh yeah, it changes the
moods,
moods and hormones, and how your electrical current system in your brain works. And, lots of things.
There's one thing I heard about that, it's like one good reason besides hygiene to start a day off with the shower is like it sets that electrical current because the water connects you to the ground, it grounds you out or something like that. I don't know how if that's pseudoscience or not, but it sounds cool.
Right. Well, you got to think. I mean, our bodies are 70% water, so if you're adding water from the outside as well as drinking plenty of water on the inside, then our bodies are going to thrive.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I know we talked about this before we started. I don't know if we've talked about this yet. How long have you been doing the massage therapy?
So I've been a massage therapist for 18 years. So I started basically right out of high school. Absolutely loved it.
Okay.
I went into other aspects of things and did some other jobs here and there, and always came back to it. And for the most part, for the last 10, 12 years, I've pretty much just been on the medical side.
Okay.
Doing massage.
What is medical side, like the chronic pain?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. So chronic pain and personal injury and illness management.
So would you get referred to by physicians? Is that how that works?
Not necessarily physicians, but definitely chiropractors, physical therapists. Every once in a while, sometimes I get a physician.
Okay.
That will. It just depends on people. Most of the time that works the other way around. So I get the people, they go in, ask their physician, and get a release form from them.
Okay. Yeah. I was just thinking about Snoop Dogg's physician. Like he's like physician, like he's fishing. Okay. I get distracted by random thoughts sometimes, and then it takes goes down a whole nother
aspect of things. Gotcha.
But yeah, that was cool because I was like thinking of something, and then I thought of that, and I was like, I was trying to get back to where I was trying to think, and then I was too occupied of thinking of physician, thinking about fishing, That's cool. Yeah. So you've been doing that. Like, how did you get your clients at first? What made you decide to start the practice last year? Why did it take that many years to start the practice, or was it already a practice?
So I had a pretty thriving practice up in Denver.
Okay.
Prior to, that's where I was for the past 10 years or so.
Nice.
And when I moved down here. Basically, it was going to be starting all over anyway, right? My clients aren't going to drive from Denver to come down here for the most part. And within that, it's really networking. So I hit a lot of the Women's Chamber of Commerce has been huge for my networking sides of things. A couple of other independent networking stuff in the Springs area. I'm amazed at how well connected Colorado Springs is in the business sides.
Really, it is, yeah.
It's amazing and so different from Denver.
Yeah.
And
that's what I've heard.
Yeah. So between that and then I have chiropractors that I've created relationships with that will refer clients over, and then the rest of it's just word of mouth.
Nice.
Massage therapy is really, really big. It's just a big word of mouth industry in order to gain clientele.
For sure. I mean, yeah. And like that word of mouth has to start somewhere, though.
It does. It absolutely does. And so when you do the right things, you make people feel better. You have the right price point, and you're taking care of the client, and everything in the mix of everything. Then things take off. For
sure. I mean, it's that persistent. That's the thing, that you have to be persistent at first, for sure. Yep. But did that help, having all that experience in Denver when you came down here?
It did, because I wasn't trying to relearn things. While Colorado Springs is different, there was still a lot of things that I was able to add in and say, okay, this worked up there, let's go ahead and do this.
Yeah. And so what were some of the things that you would say is the biggest difference between Denver and Colorado Springs when it comes to the business side?
The business side is definitely how, like I said, how well connected Colorado Springs is, and how willing everybody is to say just a basic, how can I support you? How can I support your business? And I do the same thing with everybody that I meet, because I love to be a part of that as well. And I think that's huge. I mean, just the connection makes a big difference. It's a huge interconnected community.
And there wasn't that in Denver.
Not as much, no. Okay. No, it was very much you might meet somebody and then it takes 6 months before you'd hear back from them, or it was very, very separated. And I don't know if COVID changed any of that up in Denver, but for those 10 years that I was working up there, it was very...
You're kind of just by yourself and have to figure it out.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, either that or be extremely persistent, or, go in and, there was a lot that I saw that if you went in and really became somebody's client, then they were more willing to kind of work with you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you made the investment in them on a personal level, then it could potentially go someplace, right?
Yeah, that's what people say when they say it's more transactional up there.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Not relational.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, well, you just spent, $5,000 with me, so maybe I should help you out.
For sure, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how different environments are different in business and where you're at. But I mean, it all boils down, I think, to the same basic principles of the persistence. You gotta believe in yourself first before you can do anything, no matter where you are.
Oh, absolutely. And believe in yourself, know your worth, know what you're doing and what you can do for people, and a lot of education is wrapped around what I do too. Because I mean, how do you tell people that, yes, we're not going to take you off your meds just to do alternative medicine?
Yeah.
That's not a good plan.
Yeah.
Let's bridge these two together here.
Yeah. Definitely, medicine is what it is for a reason.
Exactly. And I think there's a lot of people out there that want to go the alternative route, or they're frustrated with Western medicine from what I see a lot of times. And it's just like, nope, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go this route, and, it doesn't matter that I was taking those meds. I'll be fine.
Yeah. And I could see where it comes from, lobotomies were pretty bad, but they were legal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of an extreme case. But,
yeah.
but you don't want to take somebody off antidepressants just to, say, a harmonic egg treatment is going to help.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how much that is going to help, but it can help support what you're already doing.
Yeah, for sure. So do you don't do any, you're no prescribing medications? It's people already coming to you with medications?
Yes, for the most part, yes.
Okay.
So the only one that can prescribe anything out of our office is Erin, which is under our primary care. And so when that takes a full exam and really talking with her to determine if that's the right the right move or not.
But you're partnered with her. Like, you can refer them to her.
Exactly.
That's so cool. Like, it's all in one spot.
Yep.
Nice. You guys got like a little egg.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Within
a little nest. Yeah.
Collaborative. Yeah.
Collaborative.
Really nice collaborative.
Yeah. That's cool. Has that been beneficial for all of you guys?
It has. It has been really beneficial because, like I said, with people that come in, I mean, it's not always one issue. Okay. And so you might have had a car accident, but most people don't realize that car accidents can change your hormone levels. And they can change how your brain functions, and whether you had a concussion or not, it can change how your brain functions. And so it's not just the whiplash, it's not just the physical pain that you may have pain medication for a little while and then you're off of it, but you still hurt. So we really work to bring all of that in together to create a lasting result and make the person back to where they were before the accident as best that we can.
Yeah. So when you say it changes your hormone balance, what does that mean? How does that affect you?
Oh man. So trauma, any type of major trauma like that to the body can shift how your hormones are produced in your body. So it can change things to where you have higher estrogen levels for women, higher progesterone levels, testosterone can go through the roof, cortisol levels with stress hormones. Because you get stuck in these loops of your body's trying to come back to homeostasis, it's trying to come back to its normal, but it can't quite figure out or can't quite work around the trauma itself. And so it's like, okay, well, we'll adjust this here, and see if that works. And it ends up all over the place. And so from the outside, what we can do with like a hormone replacement therapy for a little while is really help to bring balance into that, to say, okay, you need to be here. Let's go ahead and do this from the outside, retrain this kind of side of things, and then your body will start taking over.
Yeah. Is there a way to test the hormone levels?
Yeah. So Erin works specifically with BioT, which is just a blood test, and really diving in, she gets the full panel of what those hormones are and can do her thing that she does and say, this is what we need to adjust and change, and
nice.
And we'll test again in a month, basically.
How regularly do you think you should get your levels tested?
Oh, if you're a normal, healthy, 20, 30-year-old person, I mean, it doesn't really...
It's not even necessary?
Yeah, unless you've had some sort of major trauma.
Okay.
Or you feel like something's completely off.
Okay.
Or don't feel good. Once, especially for women, once you start getting into 40s, 45s, premenopausal, those types of things, or have had children, those hormone levels can change and might be necessary to kind of take a look at. If you feel like you're just not, sleeping well, you're tired all the time, your muscle aches and soreness, and there's no real explanation.
Some indicators
for that.
Right there.
Yeah, and there's no real explanation for any of that. Brain fog can be another one that just doesn't matter what you do. You can keep sleeping, you take your B vitamins, you can, do all kinds of different things, and it doesn't seem to change. It might be a time to take a look at that. Other than that, for men, there's different ages and time frames too that they can have a necessary look. About 45, 50 is about the same time that testosterone's kind of take a dip too, and same types of responses.
For sure.
So
that's why you gotta exercise.
Well, exercise is a big part of it. Drinking plenty of water is a big part of it, and overall taking care of your body. For sure. With not putting a lot of extra toxins and stuff in too.
And proper sleep,
Sleep definitely all falls into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to Andrew Huberman's podcast. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
The Huberman Lab podcast. And he goes into all the levels of all that stuff, It's really good stuff.
Yeah, there's some really great doctors doing some, and people doing podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
For good information. So anyway, anybody listening to those definitely and feels like something's off, we can do that testing.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's one of your best case studies of someone you worked with and they just felt so like
just massive difference with them? I would have to say we've got kind of couple of extreme sides of things, extreme trauma that we've had come into the office. So I have one lady that had a plane crash a couple years ago. and one that got hit by was in a car and got hit by a semi-truck. Okay. So definitely massive personal injury sides of things.
Yeah.
Of course, they did the whole medical route. It's been about 2 years or so since they've been cleared from the medical side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of that, body still hurts. Things are not quite right, not thinking right. TBIs, traumatic brain injuries that have come into play with that. And so both of those cases, I would say, have been really amazing turnarounds for them, where they're thinking clearer, their body feels better, they're moving better.
Nice.
Overall. And just making leaps and bounds. And it hasn't taken all that long either. I think for both of them, it was within probably about 8 weeks of coming in consistently and noticing. I mean, of course, they notice differences after like the first session.
Yeah.
Whether it was a harmonic egg or massage therapy or the brain integration side of things. Mm-hmm. But over those 8 weeks has been a massive transition for them.
What part of what aspect of that do you think is the most healing for them? Is it the egg? Is it the massage? Is it?
I think ultimately it's the combination.
Okay.
We've put everything together. So soft tissue wise, with the massage therapy that I do, really helps to reprogram and restructure the body. Mm-hmm. Okay. And in a soft and gentle way. So it's not going to overwhelm somebody that's been through that kind of trauma. Mm-hmm. And those ones we've seen big differences. I mean, like I've got, people who have been in accidents and they see their rib cages like shifted, like posturally, you can see people are just like off, right? As they're walking. And with the work that I do, you can actually see that shift back to a normal position.
Nice.
Which takes a lot of pressure off of internal organs. It takes a lot of pain out of that body. And within just doing that alone can create an atmosphere to where the body's more willing to receive the rest of the healing treatment. Mm-hmm. The harmonic egg works in an overall big picture. Mm-hmm. Okay. So wherever is the body's feeling the most issues going on, it could be internal. We may not know that. Mm-hmm. We could do diagnostics and still not know, what the body is perceiving as being the first issue that needs to be healed, right? Mm-hmm. But with the harmonic egg, because it's like there's an intelligence to it working at the cellular level, your body has an intelligence that is going to grab a hold of that vibration in that area first.
Okay.
And so it may not be immediately present, but it could be all the way down to just digesting food better.
Yeah.
And that's the first piece, because it's like, well, if I don't have the right digestion, then we're not absorbing the right nutrients in order to heal these other areas.
It's chain of reactions.
Exactly. It's a chain effect. And so that's why I say it's not just one thing. Mm-hmm. It's really analyzing and seeing where the person's at and where they feel is the biggest issue, and diving into that and saying, okay, let's do this and see where it goes.
Is there any preventative things that you do?
Preventative?
Yeah.
So
like before an injury has happened, or maybe someone's feeling like a slight pain in their back sometimes?
Yeah, so that always comes in with the massage therapy, the egg. A lot of these things can be completely done on a preventative way. Even physical therapy to an extent. You can always come in and say, I have occasional back pain. I have occasional this. I notice that I don't balance that well on this one, doing this movement. And we can always work with that and say, well, here's some exercises. Let's go ahead and see if we can adjust, how you're working, what's happening, and see
what's going on. Yeah.
See what's going on, and then give you an idea. And that's very, very preventative, because then you have control over how you live your daily life from there. So you can create a lifestyle around that information.
Maybe it's like a certain way you sit, or a certain way you walk, actually, like just a slight adjustment, and that could potentially, like, maybe you have a hip problem that you've noticed like a little bit of ache. And just maybe it's because the way you're sitting, or I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Or it can go a completely other direction too. Since we have mental health available, it could be recurring negative thought patterns. It could be how you perceive yourself.
That manifest in the body.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Exactly, because what you think can manifest in the body very easily.
For sure. Some people to an extreme case where, what do they call that? Where It was in that Ferris Bueller's Day Off where the guy had the sickness where some people think they're sick. What was I used to know the word for it. Hypochondriac.
Yeah. There's a piece to that too, and that's definitely more of a diagnosable mental illness.
Yeah.
But I think to an extent we all kind of have that, just not to that extreme, especially now. It's like, I have a cough, so
the whole world is hypochondriac in an extent,
yeah. But it makes us more aware, and that does show awareness of your body when you're thinking those things. It's just don't jump off the cliff thinking that. Let's go ahead and get you the help, and so we can adjust that with meditation. We can analyze that and some journaling exercises and just mindfulness exercises that we can give too.
Yeah. So what's the main difference between you guys and a chiropractor?
So we don't have chiropractic care in our office. I know chiropractic has kind of a big encompassing piece where they can do a lot of these same things as well. But our biggest thing is it's not just one mind looking at the problem. And so we take and rely on everybody's experience and their specific education and expertise in order to create the best plan that we can for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's very, very collaborative in the sense of, well, I'm not making progress here. Instead of wasting their time or wasting people's money, we're going to dive in and say, well, what am I missing?
You guys are like a mastermind, like a...
Yeah, and
like
a lot of...
all together, like, it's probably you guys works as a mastermind. Do you guys meet weekly or meet... Yeah,
we meet about every couple of weeks, but then we also have a, very open forum that we can talk with, and between two people, if it's mental health and primary care, they may talk directly and say, I've got this one, we're kind of stuck in the loop on these meds, what can we do? Maybe we need to get them in to see you.
Yeah. So I know with a lot of the medical field, there's a lot of confidentiality in HIPAA. Is there any kind of violations or any kind of things that you guys have to like be careful about when like talking about clients?
Within the same office setting, with everybody working together, we all pay attention to those laws as well, and make sure that everybody that does come in as a patient understands. We will that's our thing.
Yeah,
that's what we do, right? We're not talking about it with your family members. We're not gonna throw it out to another medical professional, but this is where we're at.
For sure, they're privy to what's going on.
Exactly. And we can share, what's been said between, and they can meet with anybody at any point in time.
Nice.
To find that out.
So what does growth look like for you guys? Where you guys wanting to go?
Where are we wanting to go? So ultimately, I would love to go to where we're, one of the number one or one of the, at least the top 5 integrative health in the Springs here.
Nice. Yeah.
And really seeing that within the next couple of years.
That is cool. Yeah. So you guys have been growing. You guys have been thriving.
Yeah, we've been doing well. Like I said, we've only been open a little over a year, but within that year, it's been amazing.
Nice.
So I see a lot of potential because we offer a lot of things and view things in a collaborative way that I see most offices don't always do. For sure.
Which that is probably a unique thing to the Springs too. Not unique, but compared to Denver, that collaborative feel like, I don't know if that would exist up there, what you guys have done, or it could.
I think it can. I think there's some offices that do that. Okay. And it just depends on, how they specifically like to run that.
Nice. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah.
So the only thing that we're really, kind of missing in the whole piece is really a really good nutrition aspect to things. And so we're still on the lookout for a great practitioner to come in and do that. But we're also open to a lot of community classes and stuff too. So that might take the place of some of that. We do a Wednesday evening community class that is mostly centered around self-care and how we can, it's 1 hour, so low cost for people to come in and just get some basic information on how they can better take care of themselves.
Nice. Well, sweet. Yeah. Well, yeah. Is there anything that you'd like to promote or let people know about?
Just that, we're both, that you don't have to have, a massive illness or chronic pain or an accident or anything to come in and get this type of care. So it is can be very preventative, and you can work at your own pace, and we are very affordable too. We also offer a really nice family plan too for families, because it's not always, just one person that's going through this stuff. And so within that family plan, you could have, 6 people in your family, or, your best friend or something like that. If you guys want to go in on it together and save a really great discount to come in on a regular preventative basis.
Nice.
So.
And so you guys have these family plans, and you guys have, you just want to let people know that they don't need to be like majorly ill or have a chronic injury to come check you guys out.
Exactly.
If they have any kind of concern, they should check you guys out.
Yeah, or just preventative too. I mean, for people that are on, I just want to take better care of myself.
Yeah.
I
want to stop drinking Monsters.
Exactly. Right. Then we can definitely help them out with all of that too.
Okay.
So the Harmonic Egg is really great. It's just by itself, a really great rebalancing.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. So if someone wanted to do that, they just hit you up or reach out to your business?
Yeah, so our website is sacredspacetherapeutics.com.
Okay.
And all the information and everything that we do is on there. You can schedule directly online, or you can give us a call at the office as well.
Okay. Could people walk in?
Yep.
Okay. Where you guys located at?
So we are at Woodman and I-25 in the Windchime Center.
Okay.
Windchime Center, whatever, the retail center that's up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm familiar with that yet.
Yeah, I wasn't not sure what office plex,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But so we're on the lower level facing I-25, and
nice.
We are open Sunday through Friday. And and pretty much 9 o'clock until about 6 o'clock at night. So.
Nice. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll start wrapping this up.
Okay.
I think I've just asked that last question if you had anything to promote or anything to share. So I guess there's nothing. That's all for this episode.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
no, I just like to bring a lot more health and healing to Colorado Springs area. Make a pretty healthy city as it is, but we can make everybody a little bit better.
Definitely, for sure. There's definitely a lot of room for growth for humanity.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, this has been the COS Business Podcast, sitting here today with Amanda Farrell. And guys, check her out. Check out her business, Sacred Space Therapeutics. Check out the other businesses she works with if you have any of those any of those needs. Like everyone could always be a little better. I think there's always room for improvement for every single person. I think no one's perfect. So, all right, this has been the COS Business Podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next one.